But I made a mention that
You was eating a lot of Taco Bell, wasn't
nigga is wild. I made a mention that I think did I outright call No Holds Barred trash?
You said every
Yes,
Hogan movie was trash.
Which is
that's
a
a fact.
fact.
That's a fact.
Is
To
it not
which
a fact?
I replied, I will not sit here and stand for no holds barred slander.
You did.
Yeah, No Holds Barred is one of the most awesomely bad movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yo,
And I
you
t-
are the king of bad movies, though.
and I told you in an email, I think you have one too many words, and I think
It was
the
an
one
extra
too many
the.
word. No, it was definitely the word awesomely. That shit is just bad in my. See, so this prompted me to find my rip 'em. It prompted me to find my
I need a
illegal
rip 'em shirt, man.
copy. No, you don't. You can't do that in 2018. You might get shot.
I'm good.
That prompted me and fam. I don't. Math said he wasn't doing it.
Absolutely not.
To go back and rewatch the trash 1989 classic. No,
The trash.
no,
The trashic.
the trash it. No holds barred.
Amazing piece
Now,
of filmmaking.
I mean, this movie is memorable on a couple of. I mean, this is the first time a lot of us saw the man now many people know as Debo. Tiny Lister Jr. This is the first time I've ever seen that cross-eyed nigga.
Yo, eyes cocked
And
like two pistols.
he scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yo, I was terrified of this picture.
Yo.
I was frightened of this nigga.
Why that nigga look
That
like
nigga,
the evil baby on the Simpsons, yo?
Yo. But it all, like, I forgot. I legit forgot that Hulk Hogan's trainer he was a nigga, and he looked like Mac, what's his name, Mac? Not Mac.
No,
Is it Doc?
I don't remember what he was the nigga on the bike on Mike Tyson's Punch Out, yo.
Doc. That's Doc.
That's Doc. Doc from Mike Tyson. He was riding that bike. And it's sad because there's a whole
Man,
meme.
the fresh velour.
Y'all seen that nigga stole my bike meme?
No.
Look up nigga stole my bike because people sing nigga stole my bike to the theme of damn. There's a all right, I'm gonna tweet to see y'all. Nigga stole my bike for 10 hours on YouTube, and this is the video of these two from the game. But his trainer looked just. That's that early internet meme shit. Classic racism. But yeah, I must have watched this movie a lot of times when I was a kid. Because in 2018, it was so much dialogue that I was just saying out loud, like,
Yes.
the Dookie scene with the limo driver. That nigga shit his whole. He was talking big shit.
Before we get there, the ride over to whatever abandoned warehouse that the network had planted that they usually beat niggas up in, right?
Facts.
Right, these niggas. The nigga kicked the door, made the whole car swerve, my nigga.
Yeah,
Yo,
he fucked that whole
the
car
nigga
was
had the
jacked.
high heel wrestling boots on in the back of the limo. Them niggas had the metal windshield and sunroof and windows. Yo,
It didn't matter.
state of the art, yo. The World News Network.
World Television Network.
Yeah, WTN. Them niggas had Wild Bread. My nigga Brell was in 100 million movies as
Facts.
that guy. That nigga played. He was that guy in the 80s.
Well, let me say, I don't know if it's ever been confirmed, but I'm right in assuming that this was just Vince trying to shit on Ted Turner, right?
So like there's whole nother version they turned in a whole nother version of that movie, and Vince was like, nah, and him and Hogan like locked themselves in like a hotel room for 3 days and did rewrites.
And
That sounds terrible.
And somehow they kept coming up with, and then brother, I'm gonna have this do-rag on with it's a black do-rag with a white piping on the outside, and I'm gonna be fly, and you know what I mean. I'm gonna show up to meetings like that.
Man had mad Deweys in that fucking movie.
Son, nigga had the wild Deweys with the piping and trim on them, son. Like that nigga was extra fly. He was doing everything, and then the nigga had the leotard to match the joints and wore the meetings.
He had
to put that in your brief.
At one point, he had like a blue and white cloud-looking outfit on.
And they had a leotard corset, yo.
Yeah.
And they got a whole leotard corset.
That was terrible. That shit did. He looked like a nigga that just came in the money and just went in the store and said, "Give me all that." Oh, so, match, give me all that.
We got the theatric debut of Axe or Smash in that first match.
It was definitely Axe.
Bill Eadie, I think his real name is.
Bill Eadie. It was definitely Axe.
Yeah,
but
I guess Vince didn't want to be on camera, so they put Mean Gene calling matches.
It was weird. It was weird. And they didn't even, in the credits, they just credited him as announcer 1 and announcer 2.
Yo, speaking of nigga 1 and nigga 2, when them niggas robbed that diner and Hogan was beating them niggas up with pies and mashed potatoes.
He fucked the whole shit up. And then the nigga waitress was just like, yeah, that's my man.
Sister Sadie she said, boy, if I wasn't married, boy, I would give that nigga that thing right now. I said, oh my, use a whole hoe, Sadie. Nigga, the nigga say, when I make a move, duck. The nigga pulled the whole stool out the ground and threw it at the first nigga. Nigga robber number 1.
He was
with the perm, right?
Yo, this movie.
Yo, the nigga
terrible.
wiped the whole diner up with nigga robber number 2 though.
But wait. All right. This fake.
Stole my bike.
All right, so this fake Ted Turner wanted to sign Hulk Hogan, or Rip, I'm sorry, who was, this is important for something I want to bring up later, he was the World Wrestling Federation champion.
With the Winged Eagle belt.
A white Winged Eagle belt to match his white and blue outfit. Hogan wouldn't sign, so Neff was like, damn, I got to come up with a good idea. I'm going to go to the most stereotypically filthy white trash bar.
Yo, where niggas went to that bathroom, son?
Stan Hansen taking a shit. And he
got tiny wangers, man.
Yo, he made a whole joke, a whole recurring joke about how these guys had little dicks. he was going to beat them up in the bathroom, but
here's my problem with that scene in real life. Okay.
All right.
Real life physics. When that nigga was making the jokes, the nigga had his head real like low between them. Like, what if he had sneezed? And they would have had sneezed himself into homosexuality. I'm just saying. Wait!
a tiny wanger. Because they brought it up later. It was like, what are y'all talking about? All right. So they went to the trash bar. Now, mind you, the trash bar, they would wrestle in the bar, and they would have a little person. If they had an octagon, and they had a little person who rang the bell. He was in the shark cage.
The original shark cage, man. Shout out. Sorry, Jericho, you was number 2.
Do we know what was he throwing into their glasses of beer? Was it peanuts?
Probably.
Was it corn? Because it was making a weird noise, and I was almost afraid. Even as a kid, I was like, "What does this nigga have that he got to throw into their drinks?" But anyway, fake Ted Turner's like, "Yo, I got it. We're gonna have these motherfuckers kill each other in the octagon." His great idea is called the Battle of the Tough Guys. The Battle of the... How childish is that name?
Bars, nigga.
You couldn't come up with a name in 2018 and call some shit the Battle of the Tough Guys.
Hey, that's what we about to change the name of this podcast to.
I would leave. I would quit. Who came up with that? Hulk or Vince?
I'm sure it was a nigga hating Hogan.
That's Hulk Hogan.
The Battle of the Tough Guys. And now they have the... And I couldn't tell, was this a battle royal? Was this a tournament?
It was a tournament, yo. King of the Bing. It was all ex-cons.
Because at some point, I don't know how Zeus heard about this. Did he just come out of prison? Was he like...
Are you telling me old slave nigga stole my bike, wasn't trying to get an Academy Award when he told the history of Zeus? Yeah, man, I remember Zeus. Man, that nigga, man, he was a great fighter, but man, he just lost it, man. Killed the kid. Oh my gosh.
It was crazy.
Man, I've never been the same since, man. You did the right thing,
Rip.
Rip.
A lot of time.
You did the right thing, Rip. I swear you did, baby. It was mature.
He was the best actor in the whole movie. Him and homegirl, Sam.
Nah, she was awful. Bro was absolutely the best actor in that movie.
He was doing the best acting. I don't know if he was the best actor.
The only thing that I hated about him, he kept trying to get his little term for the wrestlers over.
What, jock ass?
Yeah, that's awful. He kept trying to get that over too.
They said shit in that movie. I didn't realize that as a kid. They said shit.
They also said Dookie. So
Dookie. That was terrible.
That was
Memorable
amazing.
Scene.
That was amazing.
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 Two grown men talking about one shitting themselves and saying,
"What's that smell? Dookie."
Dookie. Well, he said, Hogan says Dookie, and then he just holds him there for like, it's one of those, like, if anybody watches The Office, it's the camera sitting on his face for like a little too long where it just make it dumb awkward for no reason. And then you remember that he's supposed to be sitting there sniffing a grown-ass man who just shitted his pants.
Yeah, he pooped himself.
Terrible. And his shit, it's gonna sound terrible. The backside of his pants were very wet.
Yo.
He
had slimy cheeks because he pooped himself.
Slimy cheeks is crazy. So yeah, Zeus wins the Battle of the Tough Guys, and now all he wants to do is murder Hulk Hogan.
Yo, how did nigga get that metal headband, yo?
Now I gotta watch this shit.
See,
it's not good. It's not good. You're gonna enjoy watching it.
That's my point.
Good.
That is exactly my point.
I don't. Fuck. I'm pissed that I watched it.
No, man, you didn't enjoy watching that. Aside
from the Dookie scene, no.
When Cuz had Shorty, he jumped in the bed, made Shorty roll over on top of him. Like, yep, Hogan got her.
That was good. I mean, she was kind of fly.
Like,
I thought
when she heard the nigga doing the push-ups and she made the face, she was like, "Is this nigga jacking off?" Like, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
Hilarious.
As a grown-ass man.
This morning. Because I didn't get it. I didn't know what was going on the other side of that curtain when I was, 8, 9 years old watching the movie.
Facts. Yeah,
but as a grown man, I say, oh, that nigga trying to rub one out.
It was weird. Well, the thing is, if he was trying to rub one out, he was going like the extra mile.
100%, and she still looked. So she was down to drizzle.
And the sad part is, I definitely forgot that she was sent by Brell
Yes.
to seduce Rip.
I just want to know if you forgive me.
Well, because the problem was once she told Rip that she was just sent to basically smut out to get him to sign.
Yeah.
All she did was get beat up.
Yo, when Cuz backhanded us, I was like, see, you can't backhand joints like you did in the 80s.
Bruh. He slapped the shit out of her.
Crazy. How you backhand a joint and leave a mark? God dang.
And the other thing, all right, because remember, there's that one scene where I guess she was shopping and she was going to put, whatever she copped into her car, and some dude attacked her. He had her on the ground, and he had his belt. Was he trying to rape her?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So you mean to tell me Brown was like, yo, fam, go rape her?
Hey, go ahead and take that thing. Go ahead and take that thing. I ain't going to pay you. I ain't going to pay you, but I know what you can get.
This woman used to work with us. Go rape Shorty real quick.
Hey, do me a favor. Hey, yo, do me a favor, son.
That's crazy.
Yo, it's the 80s, nigga. Everything goes.
They did, I remember Steven Seagal movies where it was always somebody killed his wife, somebody blew up his house, so he had to kill all the niggas.
Yeah, and it was always niggas too.
Black niggas.
Yeah, two face, having one face, two heads. That secret.
It was that vibe, but they couldn't go that deep, so he just had to put dude on his motorcycle and ride him into a tree.
100%. She's like tree, Harley, Rip.
Rip. I had to rewind the scene because I don't know what he said when he was talking to Homeboy. You and me and Harley the tree or whatever the fuck he said. That shit didn't make no sense to me.
And they like, you about to get this wood, nigga. Hold on, Hogan.
That's a fact, yo. He's about to break them all one.
Now, the other question, do you think someone at TNA watched this movie and was like, yo, we could take that ring?
Yeah.
Because they had that ring in the battle of the tough guys, but then they had it like the main event. It was like a really well done octagon.
I don't know how well done it was. This nigga Zeus ripped one out and tried to pole vault through that nigga. Hey, yo, shout out to Hulk Hogan being the most accurate javelin thrower of all time. This nigga took a weight bar and threw up in the ceiling and hit the camera directly in the lens.
He bust out that whole camera, yeah.
That nigga.
That was.
Shout out to that
nigga. Shout out to my mama for taking us to see that in the movies.
100%.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
I don't know if it was my mom that took me. I think someone. I forget who took me. I don't think it was my mom. But I know now. The other thing we were mentioning. So I guess, Sam, you never saw the pay-per-view.
No, I don't. Yeah, I do not. And I was looking that up today. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't even remember that happening.
All of this made me remember how much of a wrestling head I was back then. Because I remember there was a string of like 2 or 3 years my mom bought every WWF and WCW pay-per-view. I had tapes of all of them. I don't remember having a tape of this.
That kind of disposable income.
My mom was rolling. I mean, it was, but you figure it was what? And that was when it was really a big four. And then whatever WCW did, whatever. What my mom was living well, at least to the point where she could spend some money on a pay-per-view that she knew I would fuck with.
It was like $30, right?
Something like that. Mm-hmm. Something like that. It wasn't crazy, but she did a decent job. She had a good enough job.
Shout out to Mama Cal.
Shout out to Mom, Joe. Talked to her earlier today.
Likewise. Shout out to Mama Cal, Mama Bass,
Yeah,
I
absolutely, man.
Mama Fan.
thought
Yeah,
you
nigga,
thought you was trying to.
Mama Fam been holding us down. She has Lil Fam and has had him for the last week out of state.
That's that
Yeah.
summertime, yo. You've been chilling.
Eh,
Got the
That
PlayStation
nigga walking
also.
around with
So
his dick out.
facts.
huh?
Yup. His dick out right now.
What?
Goodbye. Goodbye. This whole shit has been uncomfortable.
Chicken Possible signing off. Nah.
Chicken Impossible is amazing.
Chicken Impossible
This is a
signing
great
off.
episode.
No. This is a great episode. That is definitely the title. Chicken Impossible is in fact the title. No, because I guess to big up the movie, Zeus became a whole WWF character.
A whole character.
It was Zeus and Randy Savage.
$1 Million Man, right?
No, it was Zeus and Randy.
I thought he was with the $1 Million Man.
I think after this, because they
Okay.
started beefing that SummerSlam. They had a tag match at SummerSlam, and I think after that, because I think Zeus was with Ted DiBiase, going into Survivor Series that year in '89.
Yeah, I hear the match they had was so bad and the movie did so bad. If it would have did well, it was supposed to be Hogan Zeus at Mania.
That wasn't happening. They killed it off at the end of the year. That's one thing I didn't look at. It cost $8 million estimated
They made
to
16,
make No
right?
Holds Barred. They made 16.
Yeah.
I mean, they made back what they spent twice over, but who knows what the promotion was on that? That's the thing these days. Like, if you just a fucking Marvel movie will be damn near the budget just to promote it. It's hard to tell when you got to do like exceedingly over your budget to be like, yo, this was a success. And I don't think. Let's see what else Hogan did movie wise. I remember. Fuck. What was the name of that one movie he was in? Suburban Commando. That nigga's name was Shep Ramsey. Did y'all see that?
Yo, so yeah, honestly, I had before I watched it again, I had confused the two because the nigga stole my bike, nigga. I was thinking was George Jefferson.
Terrible. Suburban Commando. Hulk Hogan came from outer space or something.
And then Undertaker and what was that? Sid was supposed to be like some sort of bounty hunters coming to get him, right?
Yeah, it was definitely Undertaker. I don't know who the other guy was, but it was because Undertaker he didn't say nothing, and then when it was time for him to speak, his voice was real high. He was like, "You a dead man, Ramsey," because Hulk Hogan's name was Shep Ramsey in the film. So that movie cost $11 million to make, and only made $8 million.
God dang.
Yeah, but I think Hogan, like, he was in a decent amount of films. I guess they did a couple of Thunder in Paradise. Well, they did the movie, and then they did.
Oh, with that
TV
Hasselhoff-esque nigga.
Yeah, that dude was trash. Nondescript white man. Chris Lemon, I think his name was. Yeah, that was terrible.
Hasselhoff Light.
That was fucking terrible. But no, so yeah, they did a pay-per-view to, I guess, to cap off the end of the No Holds Barred run, where it was a whole cage match with Hogan and Brutus Beefcake against Savage and Zeus. I didn't realize this aired on December 27th of that year.
Wow. So that was a nice little Christmas present. Look, I ain't gonna get you nothing, but you can put this on my cable bill, baby.
Apparently, this is one of the few pay-per-views that's not available on the network. I don't know if that's because of the movie or because of Hulk Hogan or what, but I'm going to assume that you can go to YouTube and watch this travesty of a match because it was bad.
I buy it.
Let's see. No hold barred cage match.
Throw the rip 'em up,
Yeah,
nigga. Throw the little.
Rip him. Rip him. Why Zeus kill? He basically killed Hulk Hogan's brother.
Yeah, he made him paraplegic.
He was in a hole, like, he beat that nigga ass, but I didn't realize, like, he couldn't walk. They put him in that hole, had him laying down. He was in the whole water tank.
The nigga was crying, yo. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, man, this is one of the most enjoyable, terrible movies I've ever seen in my life. I enjoyed watching it today.
I had a good time watching it. I won't front.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a good movie. It's the 80s. None of the movies was good in the 80s, man.
Tell you what, though.
Go back and watch RoboCop and tell me how much of a piece of the cinematic art that is.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do not sit on this podcast and compare RoboCop to No Holds Barred.
Nigga.
RoboCop 2, RoboCop 3.
Nigga, oh my gosh.
Don't put RoboCop 1 in that. RoboCop 1 is low key fire.
Watch it
RoboCop
now.
1 was hard.
Watch it now.
You can't.
I watched it a couple years ago.
Dare you niggas to watch that now. At
I watched it a
209
couple years
look
ago.
like the what's the Frosty the Snowman joint with the claymation, nigga. Come on,
They
yo.
can only do so much. That was high art. It just wasn't ready.
I'm sorry. What happened?
Ed 209, that whole machine moving, they just couldn't get it right. It's like trying to make a Marvel movie back then. Did you see the Captain America movie from like 1990?
Oh, Red Skull looked amazing.
That shit, you see,
Red
like,
Skull looked like the orange nigga off Sin City.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But that movie was trash. That movie was worse than No Holds Barred, and No Holds Barred is worse than RoboCop 1.
I don't know, son. I'm right. I think I enjoyed No Holds Barred more.
You might be on drugs.
Nigga, he likes bad movies.
I see. That's his bag.
That's his bag.
That's his bag. All right. Well, that was what we've been alluding to since the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. I don't know if I'm trying to. Maybe we could watch some bad wrestling movies at some point.
Yo,
There's only some
greatest
so
wrestling
many.
movie of all time. Probably very, very hard to find. It's a joint called Grunt, the wrestling movie.
Never saw it.
Nigga, you'll never find that.
You will not. But if you can, my nigga, it's about, and they use a lot of real wrestlers. It's about a wrestler who kills a guy in the ring and him trying to make it back, and how he kills the guys. He wraps him in the ropes, a la like Andre the Giant, and drop kicks his head off.
Grunt, 1985, a comedy crime mystery. Grunt, the wrestling movie.
That's a hell of a category, my nigga.
Yeah.
100%.
Were these real wrestlers? These weren't real wrestlers in this, was it? Dick Murdoch
Yeah,
was
Dick
in
Murdoch
this?
was in there.
Dirty
Dick Murdoch.
That's crazy.
Hey, yo, that's Mav's street name.
Dirty Dick.
Dirty Dick Murdoch.
On the weekend.
Wow. I might have to find this.
Whew.
I feel like Dan Spivey was in this shit.
Yeah.
This is random.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
That
find
shit
it.
used to be by the dirty movie section in the video store. When you used to
That
go
one
to
saloon
Glenn,
door, that one saloon
Just
door in the
'cause it was
back
near
of the
that.
video store that you bet not go
Facts.
through.
Facts.
Like, what you doing over here?
Huh?
You know what I mean? Grunt.
Behind
I'm looking at Grunt.
Grunt, the wrestling
Looking
movie.
at Grunt. I like wrestling. What can I say?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I guess on that note, y'all got any black wrestlers of the week?
Hey, yo, I'm
Yo,
gonna
the
go.
nigga stole my bike. Boy, this nigga just stole my fight,
Amazing.
yo.
Goddamn.
I gotta go with Robber Nigga 1 and 2 from No Holds Barred that robbed Sadie's Diner, aka Crime
Shout
Time,
out to the Mixie
aka
boys. Shout out to the Mixie boys.
Casual
Shouts out
Monday.
to Shouts out to the Dixie Boys. Shouts out to